Well-known brand Blackberry is back at it again. I saw this company was doing well in the marketplace recently, so I figured I'd have a look and see how much it's actually up by. 62% in 6 months. Where have I been? I wanted to understand why people are now investing in this company because I haven't heard about it in about 20 years. I strongly remember their old phones. Now, don't get me wrong. Their old phones were great, but I didn't think there had suddenly been a resurgence in the old BlackBerry iPhone. So I checked out the news to understand more. The first thing that came up was a renaming of its BlackBerry Internet of Things division to QNX. QNX is a type of operating system that seems to work through BlackBerry. I'm not too familiar with it. I can only assume that this is a new pivot that BlackBerry is doing because I am sure their phone sales have nothing to do with this increase. This team has also announced new partnerships, which is great to see, always beneficial, assuming the partners are good, and it is in the software vehicle industry. And as we can see in the current market, Tesla being a prime example, vehicles can be seriously overinflated. So there might be a lot more room to move in BlackBerry's share price. It was acknowledged in November from the CEO that BlackBerry is turned around. For a business to turn around, it must have been in the trash beforehand. But from a shareholder perspective, it is always positive to see some cash flow coming into the business, whether it be from income generated or a sale of an asset that has recently occurred. It's always worth taking the wins where they come. Zooming out over a long time period, look at this graph for the share price of BlackBerry. Now, a major part of it, as you can see in 2021, there was a large increase, and that's supposedly, according to the CEO, where the business wasn't great. Now, the main reason behind that is its alignment to GameStop. Now, I don't know how a company gets to be a part of the exclusive group of GameStop aligned stocks, but I believe it had to do with the amount of short term interest at the time, and retail investors suddenly believed that hedge funds couldn't change the position over time. So they all decided to go in at once to try and push up prices. Now, it did work for GameStop, and this is why they started looking at other companies purely from a nostalgic point of view as well. It seems to be the case that we're kind of shitty as a company anyway. You saw it happen with AMC, Bed Bath and Beyond, and BlackBerry were one of these companies as well. So what I would ask is, why was this shitty company worth so much in 2021 then in comparison to now? My belief is that there is a lot of people investing in this company right now that have no fucking idea what this company actually does. Reviewing their finances alone doesn't show much. Their revenue is still coming in, which is great, but it doesn't look like there's too much growth going on there at the moment. The main thing that people are investing in is the future. And for a futuristic company, the first company that comes to my mind certainly isn't BlackBerry. And they definitely want to change their branding. Look at this investor presentation. BlackBerry, intelligent security everywhere. I didn't even know they were a security company, and I'm positive a lot of people don't. Reviewing their income streams shows three channels. Firstly, the Internet of Things. That's what we've discussed earlier that is getting changed in regards to the name, and that's where people think there will be a lot of growth. Secondly, cybersecurity. That was their current biggest income stream, but that may be changing in the future because they have sold off an asset that was aligned to that revenue stream, and that may have a flow-on effect and impact the revenue in the future. Cybersecurity in general is a major industry at the moment, considering privacy of information and how technology is constantly increasing. Certainly a sector that could be worthwhile being a part of. And last but not least, their licensing. That's something that is occurring at the moment, small revenue stream, and no plans to increase that anytime soon. If you do plan to invest in this dog shit business, please make sure to take it from the perspective of, will others purchase it as well? They might. There's obviously an allegiance in the meme stock category, which does allow for flow on effects if another company does well. And in saying that, they do have their own technology. So if you're an expert in that field, go ahead for it. I'm certainly not, and I have no idea what they are talking about. So I'm just working off the people, and you could certainly see that there's always some volatility when looking into these meme stocks. The annual reports for Blackberry will be coming out soon in Feb, so do keep a lookout. If you're planning to invest, there's even more of an emphasis on that volatility surrounding those earnings reports. Make sure to keep that in mind when making your investment decisions. That's everything for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and always remember to buy high and sell low.